Mostre a eles quem nós somos.
The first movie is iconic. It's a blockbuster, a Oscar winner. What is the biggest pressure now with the second one?
Wow, biggest pressure. Whoo. Yeah, I would say for a long time, I'll be honest with you, we were going through so much on the movie that the biggest pressure was like just getting it done. You know what I mean? Like will we finish this thing? You know, because you know we dealt with a lot of unexpected obstacles. You know, and some, you know, some were devastating. You know, so the question quickly became like will we get through this? You know, you know, and we would allow ourselves to ask that once or twice, but then we'll get right back to it. You know, put one foot in front of the other. But then you had other pressures, like, you know, the idea of delivering on audience's expectations. I think the expectations of an audience is one of the most important things to reckon with when you making a sequel. You know, when you're making a follow up in a series. You know, and I think that with the success of the first Black Panther, what often gets lost is, you know, there hadn't been a Black Panther movie before that. So the audience's expectations, you know, weren't they were a little more free floating. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't another movie to compare them to. They were just comparing them to the movie that was in their head. You know, if that makes sense. And once you have another film out there, you know, and there's this idea that you're gonna make another one as a follow up to that. Instantly the competition becomes that movie. You know what I mean? You're competing with yourself, but you're competing with really a feeling that the audience had, you know, the first time that they saw a thing that you made several years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the movie that you're competing with. You're competing with the feeling that they had. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing you gotta do is to let that go, because there's no way they're gonna have that same feeling. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that they're gonna have the same feeling of that they had the first time they went into Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Like for us to try to recreate that feeling would be crazy. You know what I mean? Like what we have to do is to give them a new feeling that feels like it's in the same language. You know what I'm saying? As that feeling was before, but you're saying different words. If that makes sense. So I think that's also a pressure that is challenging to navigate, and it's tricky. You know what I mean? And it's no guarantee that you're gonna hit it, and it's no guarantee that once you hit it once, you'll hit it again. If that makes sense.
We all miss Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
How was the decision to move on with this huge loss? Did you ever think about not making another movie?
Absolutely. Yeah, we thought about everything. You know, or we were in shock, and we kind of shut down and you know thought every thought you could imagine. You know, because we were. You know, we a lot of us didn't see it coming. You know, and how Chad operated. You know, like he was always very strategic. You know, always very strategic, and I spent a lot of time thinking about, like, man, why didn't he tell us? You know, what was he trying to tell us by not telling us? You know, and eventually I made up my mind about what that was, and he was the consummate leader, and I think he was leading through example. You know, he was telling us, hey, even when you're hurting, even when you feel like you can't go on, the work is still important. You know what I mean? The work can still be meaningful. You know, even if you're not totally whole. You know, like because he impacted the world, I think, forever, while he was battling a fatal disease. You know what I mean? He did them both at the same time. You know, and it was like, man, what else did he have to tell us? You know, like you know, that we weren't gonna find out. And I think that in that thinking, you know, that kind of informed our decision making around moving forward to make Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
In the movie, we can see a little bit of Mexico and Haiti. Can we expect the Black Panther here in Brazil someday?
Oh wow, that's a brilliant question, man. That's a brilliant question. Yo, one of my favorite my favorite film for a long time was City of God. For a long time, and I worked with for a good chunk of time with the Brazilian editor named Claudia Costello, or Claudia, like she says in Portuguese. But yeah, like it's a place I haven't been there yet, but it's definitely on my bucket list. It holds a deeply special place in my heart, especially as a Black man in the Americas. You know what I mean? But I'm at no liberty to. I'm not at liberty to speak on what would happen next. You know, but I definitely think that it's anything's possible. You know, one of my favorite film moments is I think it was Fast Five when they were in Brazil, and I actually went and shot there. But no, like City of God, man. City of God just has a very special place in my heart.
And we had a lot of men in leading roles in Marvel movies. And now we have a lot of women taking the lead, right?
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever have these 5 very important women. What was it like to direct a movie with all of this female power?
It was great. You know, like honestly, it was I loved it, man. Like I think that you know, I got a buddy. I got a buddy who told me something really really funny, man. He's a boxer, named Tony Bellew from Liverpool, England, and we were talking about just how crazy childbirth is, you know, and he's got 4 sons. And he said something funny to me when he said, hey, yo, if men had to be the one to have babies, there would be no babies, you know? and I laugh about that, you know, often, because I do think that, you know, women are just incredible, like kind of at everything, you know? But at acting especially, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, you know, they're really good. So like they made my job very easy. You know, it was not without challenges at times. You know, because they all are really smart and you know, they believe in finding the truth in everything that they say and everything that they do. You know, and that can mean a lot of work for me as a co-writer director. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of my job of, you know, delivering material to an audience that they feel, you know, that they're gonna relate to, that they respond to emotionally, they make my job very easy, man. I was happy to be a part of it, man. Like honored to be their director. Does that make sense?
Let's imagine we are making Black Panther 3, and you can choose just one character from the entire Marvel universe. I wanna know, who would you choose and why Storm from X-Men?
That's great, bro. That's great. Yeah, I no comment here.
Yes, that's it. That's
All right.
not our expectation, right? From the third movie. Thank you, Ryan.
All right.
Thank you. I really love the first movie, and I really love the second one too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
We gon'